Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Raiders Daily, where we post daily Las Vegas Raiders content. If that is something you enjoy this video, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, man. Appreciate all the love you guys have been showing on this channel. All my social links are down below. Just try and get this video to 100 likes. So, if you watched my video yesterday, you kind of have a firm idea of where I stand with the offensive line. So, just to get this out of the way I view the NFL right now is I think it's pretty wide open. Like, it's pretty wide open. You have Tom Brady, you've got Aaron Rodgers, those two quarterback studs. They're at the tail ends of their career, and I would anticipate it's not going to last much longer. We kind of saw Tom Brady get caught up with age last season. So I think the Raiders, I want to make it clear, they don't have like a small window. It's not like you're like maybe like the Rams, you just spent a bunch of money, you've got like a couple of years while you can finance all these players. They're all in their prime, they're all studs. Like you need to win right now. That's not how it is. The way I see it, the Raiders last season exceeded my expectations, I would say. They made the playoffs, almost won it. It's not like got blown out. They were right there with them, and the season just unfortunately ended the way it did. You go out and you do a lot of different things. First off, you kill it in the draft, but you make really big signings, you make really big trades, you extend Derek Carr, which means you have faith in Derek Carr as your quarterback. Now, pretty much like everybody in the NFL kind of loves to rag on Derek Carr. I don't really like it. I can understand like Raiders fans being a little bit hard on him, wanting results. That's what it boils down to. At the end of the day, you need results. I have full faith Derek Carr, especially Josh McDaniels' offense. Quick passes. You've got new assets like Devontae Adams. You've got a healthy squad. We saw Hunter pretty much explode last season, Mr. Consistency. You got Darren Waller. So hopefully, especially the red zone issues, hopefully those are solved. Hopefully those are solved. And I would imagine, even if it's not completely solved, I would imagine 100% that it's going to be much improved. But you go out, you get guys like Chandler Jones, you trade for Rock Ya-Sin, you get Anthony Averett. There's a lot of great moves that the Raiders went into. So when I look at the offensive line, I'm like, all right, they ranked 28th last season. Let's say the Raiders stand pat right now. They don't make any moves on the offensive line. Well, I really like the draft. They got a couple of guys, specifically Dylan Parham. I think he is going to be a day one starter unless they, like I said, they make some moves and, maybe he doesn't start. But I think he's a very polished college player, and I do believe he's going to have an impact for the Raiders this upcoming season. I look at last year and I'm like, all right, dude, they had a reconstructed offensive line. You had three first-time full-time starters, I should say. John Simpson, Andre James, and Alex Leatherwood. You had Alex Leatherwood, SEC cat out of Alabama, coached by Nick Saban, the legend, the beast. I was expecting him to be really solid for the Raiders last season. Unfortunately, that's not the way it went. He had 8 sacks, 14 penalties through 1,100 snaps. So, if you don't make any moves, is Alex Leatherwood, do I see him being a bust? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So, is he going to improve? Yeah, 100%. 100%. But then I start looking at guys like, all right, let's do, Brandon Parker. They re-signed him on a 1-year contract. Well, he didn't, last season, it wasn't great, bro. It just wasn't great. You had about 900 snaps. You committed 9 penalties. You gave up 8 sacks. And basically where I stand here is you're in the AFC West and it's an arms race. You guys have been hearing me preach this. If you can get out of the AFC West, if you're going to be the best team in the AFC West, you can beat any team in the league. I've been loving your guys' comments as of late saying, why the hell not this season? Why not? Why not the Raiders? They made the moves. They're progressing. They're developing. Well, I got issues with the offensive line. You're going up against guys like Khalil Mack, Joey Bosa, Randy Gregory, Bradley Chubb, Frank Clark, Chris Jones. That's just in your division. You got to play those dudes. You got to play some of those dudes twice. You got to play 6 games against your division rivals. You're going to be seeing a lot of those names once the season gets underway. Do I really want to put full faith in the development? I like the new coaching. I like the new coaching staff. They're going to improve. If you make no moves, are they going to be ranked 28th next season? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But what it boils down to, the point I'm trying to get across here, is you made moves in the offseason. You guys are big ballers. The Raiders are one of the deepest and best, most talented teams in the league. For some reason, no one is understanding this, as probably has to do with the fact that they're in the AFC West and it is a loaded arms race. You got big boys like the Chiefs. You got up-and-comers like the Broncos. You got the Chargers with Justin Herbert. So Darrell Williams. I'm probably going to make a whole video on Darrell Williams. Darrell Williams, I think, is the best option. I think he's the best option out there. Last season, we got his stats right here. Because basically, you got $20 million in cap space today. So are they going to re-sign Hunter? Are they going to re-sign Darren? Yeah, most likely. Is that going to eat up a ton of that cap? Yeah, it is. But with veteran offensive linemen, you're not breaking the bank. This isn't a sport. It's not a league where you got to pay like $30 million, for one player. I guess you never really see that in any sport. But you kind of get what I'm saying. Like, Darrell Williams isn't going to break your bank. If the Raiders really want Darrell Williams, they can find a way to get Darrell Williams. Last season for the Buffalo Bills, started at right tackle and right guard. So he's multifaceted, versatile, which is always great, always something you want in offensive linemen. Four tackles. Jeez. He had 4 sacks across 1,200 snaps. So penalties, not an issue for him. Sacks, not an issue for him. So he'd have a big impact. Would it cut into offensive linemen, who are continuing to develop, continuing to progress? Yeah. It will. Whether it's Leatherwood, it's Parham, whoever it's going to be, yeah, it might get into it a little bit, but you got to find the positive out of it. You can't tell me that having a beast like Darrell Williams, veteran OG, leading by example, work ethic, demonstrating work ethic, just leadership, being a friend, just the whole 9 yards. You can't tell me that it's not worth one season with him. I have a hard time believing that. Like, are the Raiders going to have a good offensive line in a couple of years? Either way, I think so. I really do think so. So basically, the way I see it, to kind of sum up this video, you ranked 28th in offensive line last season. Is it going to improve with new staff, development of players, some new additions? Yeah. But is it going to be a top offensive line? I have a pretty hard time imagining that they're going to be able to jump in just one season from 28th to like a top 10. I have a hard time believing that. Derek Carr made it work. Josh Jacobs made it work. These boys made it work with a very poor, very new, very young offensive line. So you give them some threats on that line, I really think the sky's the limit, man. We'll see what the Raiders decide to do. I know that they're interested in Ndamukong Suh right now. Honestly, I'd probably more prioritize the offensive line rather than the defensive line. I feel like the defensive line for the Raiders, super solid. I'm excited for guys like Nichols. Maybe the secondary. I think if you're going to focus on the defense, I think the secondary would need a little bit more depth. Now, if you can get Ndamukong Suh on like a $5-6 million contract, maybe then it's a little bit more worth it. But what did Akeem Hicks just get signed for? Was it like $10 million, $11 million, something like that? What team was it? I think it was like the Falcons that. No, I don't think it was the Falcons. Some team was interested in Suh, and they kiboshed that. They're like, no, we're all set. We're all set now. So would Suh be a good addition? Absolutely. But I do think Darrell Williams would be the better addition. So who knows what they're gonna do. I'll cover it. I'll keep you guys updated. Most importantly, guys, I want you to hit the like button, hit that sub button, but most importantly, go ahead, drop a comment on this video. What are your thoughts on the offensive line? Do you have issues? Do you have concerns? Or are you trusting the process? Drop it down below. I'll see you guys later.